In one day, Prince William recently spent £75,000 of taxpayers' money flying an RAF helicopter to his girlfriend's house, and then on a stag do. Should he be punished?
Well, I mean, I don't think he should be using taxpayers' money to do it. I mean, the royal family are some of the richest people in the country. His dad owns half of Cornwall. They should be made to pay for themselves. We shouldn't be able to do that. The thing about the monarchy is, and this is a tough one. If you live in a multicultural society, you do have to respect some things you don't necessarily agree with. One of those things would be Morris dancing. But some people, that is their cultural expression of who they are, and another for other people it's the monarchy. So it's proper to respect the monarchy, but not to to accept that kind of Mickey taking when they do those kind of things. I have to respect the monarchy because there are people out there to whom the idea of the monarchy is, or the Queen, as the present Queen, is central to their sense of who they are. But as I say, once she dies, I don't think people will be waiting around for King William. If he wants to fly around in helicopters with loads of notes, mate, she'll be a fucking rock star like the rest of us. And you can get away with that sort of shit.
For years, two parties have dominated UK politics. If you were to start a political party, what would you call it and what would it stand for?
It would be a kind of red-green party. It would be a sort of left-wing, collectivist, environmentalist party that made the case for spending public money and employing people to use technology to exploit renewable resources. And I think we won't have to wait too long in this downturn for one of those kind of parties to come along.
Are you okay with 70% of British land being owned by 1% of British people?
No, I'm not sure. There should be a land tax, and land when it's sold should be taxed, and that would start to break down the big estates. I think that's one of the real problems that we have actually.
Which country locks up more of its people than Zimbabwe, China, Sudan, Syria, Burma, and Saudi Arabia?
United States of America.
UK.
Yeah, I should know that. I've seen most of them this afternoon, yeah. I'm not surprised.
Okay. Is our court system working? Which crimes are too severely punished, which are not enough? And does prison alone work? Let me
just say that with regard to Joe Guitar's laws, I do believe that people should be punished for their crimes. I don't think we should be soft on people who are criminals. But I believe that when we do have people in prison, we have an opportunity to change their lives. And I want my tax money that's spent on prisons to be spent on rehabilitation, not locking people up and criminalising them, and making them more in contact with other criminals. But one thing I have thought of during, without getting on the crimes, there are a lot of people who are in prison who are mentally ill and have committed a crime because of their illness, and they really should be getting treatment in some sort of secure hospital or in the health service. And we're using the prison system almost as a sort of a skip for our problems. So that's, and the terrible thing is that there are too many people there and the staff aren't paid enough for what they do. If you could see what prison staff do, like nurses and teachers, they get a lot of shit. And I know sometimes they get a bad rep, and some prisons are brutal. But, places like Brixton Prison today, those people are trying in very, very difficult circumstances to make a difference. One of them said to me once, while we had these guys here, if we just taught them to read and write, we'd be making a significant contribution to public safety. Why aren't we doing that? I want to know why we don't make that stipulation of parole. You're not leaving this place, son, so you can read and you can write. I think that would be, that's worth investing in. Personally, I think that's worth investing. Never mind learning to play the guitar. Just that, we have a real opportunity, a window when we get young men in prison. We should use that.
Have you any feelings about footballers earning £3,000 per hour or nurses earning £8 per hour?
I do. I think public servants are at the sharp end. They represent us. They're in hospital wiping your grandpa's arse so you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? They're there sorting out those things. They're educating your kids during the daytime so that you don't have to spend a lot of time sitting down there and doing that. They come and put out the fire in your ass so you don't have to do it yourself. They deserve our respect. They're at the very sharp end. And sometimes after shows, I meet people who are teachers or nurses, And I have to, I have to say, look, I'm just talking about it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
You're fucking doing it. And that, they deserve not only our respect, but they deserve remuneration as well. They deserve to be much more highly paid than they are.
How pissed is Britain? Do you generally feel safe on a night out, and is alcohol a problem for us in this country?
Wow. I think it is a problem. I think our sort of binge drinking is a problem. And I speak as a man who has a couple of these every night after a show, but that's about the limit. The reasons why people get plastered are many. I do think there's a lot of psychological drinking goes on. And as a nation, we should be asking ourselves why that is.
That's the end of the video. Thank you very much.